Okay, this is a UHT J1970 Montgomery Ward. It is a the low cost version or the lower price version of the J1980 that has more built-in machines or stitches. 1970 has a cam stack or has a cam drive in it instead of a cam stack like the 1980. Somebody asked about doing belts, and I happen to have a machine handy. So to get the belts done, you're going to need to remove 3 covers. First is the lid, 2 screws on the top. We're on the back of the machine, so 2 screws under the flip top, and the cover comes off the top. This hatch on the back, and we can see the second belt here because this is an idler pulley drive. And sorry, we've got the 2 top covers off, and then there's an end cover. There's 2 screws here for the inside of cover from the end. So these 2 screws come out, and then this cover pops off the end here. So now we've got the end cover to access this lower belt, and the back cover to access the upper belt. To begin, there are 2 nuts that hold the motor for tensioning this first belt. So just loosen these 2 nuts on the motor, and then it'll slide over. You can pop this lower belt off. That lower belt is behind the upper belt on this idler pulley. This idler pulley, just like the Kenmore's, is reverse threaded because the motor rotates counterclockwise and that pulley rotates counterclockwise. So the screw needs to tighten if it catches counterclockwise. Otherwise, if it was threaded normally, this tension or the screw for the axle would just loosen during use. So with this loosened, we can pop the upper belt off. And since I'm here, we'll get this lower belt off. MB250, it looks like this is marked. That makes sense. 250 millimeter belt, 25 centimeters. And then this upper belt, with the upper belt unhooked from the lower pulley, we can slip that up, and it looks like there isn't actually clearance past the bobbin winding bracket. This says MB500L for the belt that's in here, and I'll have to measure that and see what kind of length that is. But it looks like I will have to pop the bobbin winder bracket out. To get this belt off, it is a bit of a challenge for the upper belt here. There is a screw for this front trim on the machine, and we need to loosen that. You may need to remove dials off the front of the machine with set screws. The other end of the piece of trim is just hooked in place. So hook, aligned, screw for reinstall, and then put your knobs on the front. But the knobs are put on with set screws, so they're easy to get back where they belong. And then we'll lift our winder bracket out. Because this machine has an automatic clutch, the winder bracket is in the way, and then I have never had this hand wheel off. There is a hole for removing a trim piece. Alright, we'll have to get this hand wheel off. So there's a little dent for popping the hand wheel off, or the hand wheel trim piece off. And these two screws to take the plastic hand wheel cover off. And now bobbin winder lifts out of the way and you can get the belt off. So to install your belt, new belts, get this new long belt on in place, slip it straight down through, use that open space in the back to poke it down through. And just leave it down. Okay, can't see that from this shot. So slip your new belt up on top here. Put your bobbin winder in. And then you'll have to put your hand wheel cover back on. Install the lower belt. Okay, to install the belts, you put our upper belt in and get it down here onto the idler pulley. Make sure that we get our motor belt on the idler pulley, and this is a parts machine and has a bad idler pulley. You can see this chip out of it, but so we have to make sure that our short, the 250 MB250 to the motor, is in place. We get our upper belt in place, and then we need to tension the hand wheel drive belt first. So just push down on the idler to make it snug and turn this screw head on the axle counterclockwise to tighten it because it's reverse thread. Make sure that we've got, so get a good tension on your main hand wheel belt, and then once you've got the idler in place, push your motor over to tension the motor drive belt and tighten the two nuts that hold the motor in place. That's the two belts reinstalled. Remember, tension from the hand wheel down to the idler, then from the idler over to the motor. And you'll have to then reinstall the bobbin winder, the hand wheel, the front trim piece, the side cover here, the back cover, and then the top cover, in that order.